I've noticed that I didn't show where we are at any given moment, so let me fix that. This is the Hydra Empire and this is the Warzone. Didn't notice they were so close before, and in this story we are not going very far. Because it doesn't take place in a specific domain, it takes place on the shield. If you ever wondered what God King Doom did with shield, he made it a bit more literal, turning it into a massive wall that shields Battleworld from the unwanted. These include, but are not limited to, Ultron and his robots, Annihilus and his bugs, symbiotes, zombies, and giant ants. Before we continue, I read a couple of these before starting the series, just for fun, and this one, unlike many others, ties into the main Secret Wars, so spoilers ahead. Our cast consists of people who committed crimes and were sent to guard the wall, like Braddock in the second issue of Secret Wars. The major players are Abigail Brand, who is usually the commander of Sword but now is the commander of the Shield, Kang the Conqueror, who wants a position for himself and is the second in command, Major Summers and the Endless Summers Legion, who are the many clones of Cyclops, and the Thing who makes up the wall itself. The creators of Siege Volume 2 from 2015, Karen Gillan and Philip Andrade, had an interesting conundrum. Do you keep the fact that the wall falls a secret or not? They chose the latter. Following Kang's introduction as a cocky, full of himself, selfish guy, and him pestering Abigail about not being direct and violent enough, a version of himself from the future falls into her hands and warns, "We're running out of time. In 20 days, the shield falls. Thanos dooms us all." This message puts the reader in an interesting position. Either you're reading this issue alongside the main book and ask yourself, what is Thanos doing alone at the shield? Or you're reading this series after the main story, and the question changes to, why didn't they stop Thanos? The book is filled with beautiful and horrifying moments, like Kang and Abigail learning to work together, what happened to the lost soldiers Nick Fury and Hank McCoy behind the wall, and Major Summers' road to self-realization and acceptance while being part of an uncountable group. We get to learn why they didn't stop Thanos, or rather, how they did. Thanos was teleported randomly by Doctor Strange behind the shield. There he traveled north until he met Kang and Abigail, tried to kill him but found the task a bit difficult. Luckily, Thanos let them capture him and they put him in a cell. There he told both of them that he united the Hordes to the south and they were on their way to attack the shield. Kang and Abigail, feeling the ground shake beneath them, ran to the wall, leaving Thanos alone. But unfortunately, as does the rest of the shield, his cell is also made out of the Thing. So Thanos tells him about the world that could have been, and that Doom is afraid of him, leaving him kneeling for his entire life. Following a little more convincing and what can only be described as a truth ray, Thanos manages to convince the Thing to leave his guard. I do think this moment in the main book has a more dramatic punch, but here the Thing is given a reason for believing what Thanos says. The shield falls and we find out why Kang goes back to the past, which is because he is too arrogant for his own sake and believes that unlike his future self he will succeed. "I will do better," Mayas, now you're dead. Kate Bishop from 1602 and the original America Chavez flee to find another reality, leaving Abigail and Major Summers to embrace each other, hoping for a better world where all of this could have ended differently. Finishing with replacing the ominous words that closed the previous issues from "There is no hope" to "There was no hope, the shield fell. Now there is." Not enough sieges in your siege book? Not to worry, I hid them, they exist. Each issue contains at least one spread of sieges by different factions against the shield, accompanied by fun and witty journal entries by Abigail, which shed light on the siege and gives us a glimpse into the battles and colorful characters inside, such as the massive dragon Lockheed and his herd of cats, the Kitty Pryde, the fantastic Thors, which are pretty self-explanatory, or Galact USA, the great consumer, who I can only imagine comes from the world of Spider-Punk and Kang the Conglomerator. All of these are drawn by different artists, giving each one of them a momentous feeling of importance and power. This series is a fresh how this world works in a sea of what-ifs that the Secret Wars catalog is filled with. The art can be weird, look at Kate and Chavez here, but it fits the mood and gives us amazing Kang and Thing designs. Seriously, as a Ben Grimm fan, this is in my top 5 looks of him, somehow both fluid and chunky at the same time. So if you give any of the Titans a chance, make it Siege, because it was a blast both reading and writing about it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you again here next time.